What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G.S. and Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the September 16, 2023 edition of the SmackDown LowDown, hosted by Megan Morant and Matt Camp in the studio. They open up the episode by replaying What Else, the opening segment from SmackDown, with The Rock returning for the first time in 4 years, alongside Pat McAfee attacking Austin Theory. Good segment here. I mean, I love the segment. I thought it was great stuff. I talked about it way more in depth on my SmackDown audio review from earlier today. Check that out when you get a chance. Back in the studio, they run down the biggest headlines from the Blue Brand on Friday night, which was quite the eventful show, I thought, including recapping the Bayley-Asuka matchup, where Asuka beat Bayley ahead of her WWE Women's Championship opportunity on next week's show. We hear from Asuka backstage with Kathy Kelly, and Asuka says that Bayley wasn't ready for her, and that she'll be champion next week, as Io Sky is also not ready for Asuka. Pretty simple, standard stuff from Asuka there. In the studio, they preview Asuka versus Sky for the first time ever for the WWE Women's Championship on next week's SmackDown. They replay the LWO segment with Santos formally challenging for the first time Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. They did not say when that match would take place, maybe at Fastlane, we'll find out. They do recap the Profits win over Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. Quick squash there. We hear from Bobby Lashley and the Profits backstage with Kathy Kelly. And Bobby says that the Profits made a statement with what they did during the match and after the match in attacking LWO, seemingly cementing their heel turn. And the Profits said, listen, we're not going to disobey Bobby Lashley. We're going to do whatever he tells us to do. And Angelo Dawkins chimes in and says, Rey Mysterio's jaw might be hurting after next week. So they preview Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar versus the LWOs. I'm sorry, they are the LWO against the Profits next week. They also recap the LA Knight versus Miz Payback rematch, with Knight winning and setting his sights on championship gold, as he mentioned in his post-match promo. Matt Camp mentions the Knight specifically called out Roman Reigns, in addition to Gunther, Rollins, and Rey Mysterio, but definitely Roman Reigns. He saved the biggest and best for last. And he says that message was specifically pointed at him, noting that it wasn't a coincidence that we heard Knight call out Roman on SmackDown this week after interacting with Paul Heyman on last week's show. So something to keep an eye out for down the road. They replay the AJ Styles-Finn Balor matchup, the finish of it anyway, with Balor winning via help from Jimmy Uso. Matt Camp says that Judgment Day may want the best tag team on their side in the Usos, because Megan brings up, do they actually want the Usos, or are they just playing mind games, which they are. And Judgment Day was like, or Matt Camp said about Judgment Day, why wouldn't they want the best tag team in the world on their side? They replay the Grayson Waller effect with John Cena and AJ Styles making the save there. We hear from AJ Styles after the fact, and he says that he helped John Cena out of respect, he tells Kathy Kelly, and that he and John Cena are now the problems for the Bloodline. So, kind of backing up what I thought when I discussed this in my audio review earlier today for SmackDown, that we're probably getting Cena and Styles against Jimmy Uso and Solo at Fastlane. I thought it might be Cena and Cody, it might be Cena and LA Knight, versus like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. No, I mean, we might still get that match on SmackDown or whatever, but it seems like the pay-per-view match before AJ seemingly challenges Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel, that it's going to be AJ and Cena against the Bloodline, not so Bloodline, we're not really sure. Solo and Jimmy at Fastlane, I would imagine. Not yet officially announced, but that's my speculation. And then to close out the show, Matt Camp just kind of reiterates that AJ has a fire in him right now, and he's kind of more motivated than he's been in a while, probably leading to him challenging Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel, I would hope. The long-awaited rematch from their 2016 matches, which were excellent. Thank you guys for checking out my review of the show. This was really good stuff. We got to hear from AJ Styles, Bobby and the Profits. The Asuka interview was pointless. I mean, she just like rambles and yells, and it's, basic Asuka shit, but that was whatever. The Bobby and Profits and Styles interviews were good, and they recapped a very good SmackDown on Friday, so no complaints here. Thank you guys, like I just mentioned, for checking out my review. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Have an awesome one, folks. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.